Good morning, everyone. This is Bitsy, and I want to talk to you today about how to use Google Draw to make a more interactive project for your students in this time of digital learning. This is a packet that I got from a seller on Teacher Pay Teacher for a unit I do on community helpers with the little guys. I have a file folder game made of this, but file folder games are obviously not going to work right now. So I went looking for a way to recreate the feel of a file folder game digitally. The first thing that we need to do is to open Google Draw. It would make sense to me that it would be in this little waffle up here of Google products, but it's not. So we need to search for it. And when we search for it and open it, a blank screen comes up. Now you can change the size of that screen by coming to page setup. That's what I did over here. I made a long and skinny one. But you can use the board just like it is with all kinds of stuff. There's several things you're going to need on the board. The first one is you're going to need a set of instructions. You're going to need a framework for the students to work on. And this can be something that they drag and drop materials to. We can add text box so that you could ask questions and they could write the answers in the questions themselves. And then you need some game pieces too. So let me show you how I made this. I'm going to use the standard size board for this. I'm not going to resize it. Here's the original packet that I had. And what I did was I went in and I used my screen snipper. And this is going to look a little different to PC users because I'm on a Mac. And I'm going to snip me a little piece. And in this case, they all go to my desktop. So my desktop is really messy right now. But this is going to be a tractor game piece in a little bit. I also snipped each of these boards individually, but I think for this demonstration, I'm going to snip this person, place, and thing board, and we're going to use it in the, oops, lost my snip. Now, I'm going to go back to my game board, click on Insert Image, Upload from Computer, and here's my game board. So I'm just going to insert that right there. I want to make it a little smaller though, because I also need to add those game pieces and I need to put some instructions on here. So to add the instructions, I'm going to go back to Insert, click on Text Box. I can put me a little box right here. Instructions. I can do whatever I want with this now. I can make that print bold. I can change my font. I can give it a background color so that it doesn't look so creepy. And now I can start putting my game pieces on here. I'm going to go back to Insert. Now this can get a little bit tedious because I have to do one at a time. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to add zoo. I want to resize this because that's kind of big for what I'm working with. I can also put several on a time, grab all of them and resize all of them at the same time. Now what's going to happen is when the kid gets this, they're going to see the game board and the pieces, and then they can move the pieces into the appropriate spot. So let's talk about how we're going to get a clean board into the hands of the kids. Here's my community helper sort. Mine is ready to go. For the most part, I don't have all my pictures down here. So what I'm going to do is go up to the share button. I have this open to where anyone with the link can view. I can also restrict it to people from Winston-Salem, Forsyth County Schools. I'm going to click this link, copy it. I'm going to open a new tab and paste it up in there because I need to make a crucial change. This little part at the end that begins with edit, I want to change that to copy. This is going to force the student to make a copy of that work so that they have their very own page. This is the same thing as if you went to the copier and you made your whole class a set of copies. I'm going to hit enter, and this is what they'll see. So they need to click on make a copy. Maybe again. Oh, I'm waiting. And now they have their own game board to work with. And from here, they can follow the directions because this one belongs to them. In my instructions, I could say, well, come up here and type your name first. And then when I get it back, I know that this one belongs to Bitsy right away. So here's my game piece. Is this a person? Is this a place? Is this a thing? I think I'll take it back to place and drop it right here. When they're finished, they can take a screenshot or they can upload this back into their PowerSchool Learning turn-in page. So this is just one way of many that you can do this. I've been working with making some where we have math problems and there's different math answers to the side and they have to drag and drop that. And this will just add a little bit of interactivity into their work.